Hi, I'm Nancy. My son Elliot was diagnosed with autism 1 year ago when he was 3 years old. He's always had language problems and frequently screams and bites things or people to express his frustration. Taking care of him can be very overwhelming. That's why I created an account on Vivana so that I could track his behavior at home and work with Scott, his therapist, to control his explosive behavior. Once I log into my account, I click on Administration, invite a team member, and enter Scott's email address. I will then add Scott's name to the email message. I will then scroll down to Permissions. By changing behavior from private to shared, any behavior data that I enter will be visible to Scott. However, Scott will be unable to see any of the data that is marked private. I will now send the invitation.
Hi, I'm Scott, Elliot's therapist. I received an email invitation from Nancy to collaborate on Vivana. I will now log into my account to accept Nancy's invitation. In order to accept the invitation, I click on Administration, Received Invitations. I can choose to accept or reject the invitation. If I choose to accept the invitation, Elliot Richards will appear as one of my clients. By selecting Elliot and switching to his profile, I can head over to Administration, Team, to see that along with Nancy Richards, Elliot's mother, I am now part of Elliot's care team. As profile owner, Nancy has the ability to remove me from the team at any time. I do not have the power to remove Nancy. I may discontinue the collaboration with Nancy at any time by clicking the trash icon. I can also click Permissions to figure out which of Nancy's data entries I will be able to see. Because Nancy set behavior to shared, I will be able to see all of Nancy's behavior data entries and behavior graphs. I developed a plan to reduce the frequency and intensity of Elliot's biting behavior. I will now enter behavior data. I will select biting, which I have already defined using the Define Behavior feature, and I will enter an intensity and count. I will now save this data entry. After more than 2 weeks of data collection, I can analyze my data and share it with Nancy. I click on Analyze Behavior. I filter for the biting behavior between September 1st and the 18th. I want to plot intensity. I click the filter button and my graph appears. I can now share this graph with Nancy. In the future, you will have the ability to save this graph and share it with your collaborators through Vivana.
I will log into my account to see Scott's graph. I click on Analyze, Behavior. I then select Scott Robinson as the author of the data, change the measurement type to Intensity, and the start date to September 1st, 2013. I click the Filter button to plot the graph. It's wonderful to see Scott's graph and discover exactly how these therapy sessions are helping Elliot. While Elliot still bites and has temper tantrums around the house, we have seen a remarkable improvement. I hope in the future to invite his teacher, Mrs. Peterson, to collaborate. Vivana has been an excellent tool, and I think a lot of other people could benefit from using it.